What's up, everybody? This is Coach Jason coming to you live inside the rack. We're back for part 3 of our video mini-series addressing issues you found during your warm-up. In this video, we're going to go over the back, the chest, the shoulders, and the neck. So without further delay, let's go inside the rack. So continuing our way up the body, we get to the chest. So there's a couple different things, given the tools we already have, we can use on the chest. Now once again, if you don't have a massage stick, you can use a rolling pin. You can use this to roll out the chest. It works decent. It's not the best. If you have one of the giant foam rollers, works better, but I'm not going to tell you to go out and buy a whole bunch of stuff. So we're going to use that mobility peanut, and we're going to get every penny out of it. So you take that mobility peanut, lay it down on the edge of your couch, and then you can just lay on it and roll out that way. You can roll up and down. You can roll side to side. You can also hit the front delts with this. You can hit a little bit of the bicep with this. This works really good. Like I said, you can use this thing on almost every part of your body. You can roll your calves out on it. You could roll your forearms out on it. So you could get a mobility peanut for about $10 and use it to do a lot of the stuff in this video. So continuing on up the body, we're going to get to the shoulders. So for the shoulders, I'm going to go off camera a second. So you're going to take a heavy duty band and hook it on something. I had to hook it on the other side of the rack in order to get enough tension. So we're going to put our hand in it, fingers up. We're going to get away from it. Normally you do this on the floor. I'm going to do this on the bench so you can see it a little better. And I'm just going to let the band distract my arm. So it's pulling my arm out of the socket, basically, stretching all the fascia in my shoulder to loosen it up. So we're going to hang out like this for about 2 minutes. Then what we're going to do is we're just going to change the angle. So now instead of being so it's pulling straight out, it's going to pull straight to the side. So we're going to take our other hand over the top, try to keep our shoulders square, and we're going to let this distract our arm to the side. Once again, this is loosening up the fascia and everything in the shoulder capsule. And we're going to cap it off with the next movement. So now that we've distracted the shoulder to the front and to the side, we've loosened up all the fascia in the shoulder capsule. So now we need to force the head of the humerus into the back of the socket. Same as the hip, the most stable position. How we're going to do this is we're going to use weight and gravity. Ideally, you want to lay on the floor and hold a weight in each hand. I'm going to lay on the bench so you can see it a little better. And I'm just going to use one plate. But what you're going to do is just hold it straight up so the gravity is pushing straight down. You also want your hand to be straight up. You don't want your wrist broke out like this because it's actually putting outward pressure on your shoulder. So dumbbell works the best for this. I'm just using a plate because it's easier for you to see. And you're just going to hang out here for 2 minutes, letting gravity and the weight push down and push your humerus into the back of the socket. So we've stretched the shoulder to the front and across our body. We can also stretch it behind our body. So I still have the band hooked up to the other side of the rack. You do this on a doorknob. We want to turn away from it. You should feel a good stretch through your chest and your front delt. The key is keep your chest up on this. If you lean forward, it takes all the stress off of the stretch. So make sure you keep your chest up and just let it actively pull you back. So as we continue to work our way up the body, we get to the neck. So this works really good if you wake up in the morning and you have a knot in your neck or in your upper traps. So you just take a basic towel and you're gonna roll it up like you're about to whip somebody in the shower. Put it behind your neck and hold it in each hand. Now what you do, if you pull on the right side, so this is the right side, it's gonna turn my neck to the left. So if you have a knot on the left, this will often loosen it. And you pull on the other side to move your neck the other direction. So you're just gonna go back and forth, kind of floss out your neck. This works really good. Works good if you get tension headaches. Or like I said, if you wake up in the morning and you have a knot in your neck, this works really good to take it out. Next, we're gonna work on the back. So for this, you're gonna lay flat on the floor and you're gonna do a figure 4 with your legs. So I'm making a figure 4. Then you're gonna keep your shoulders down and rotate till your foot hits the floor flat on the other side. Make sure this shoulder stays down. I'll show you going the other way. So we got a figure 4 made here. I'm gonna rotate until my foot is flat on the floor and this shoulder stays down. Another thing we can do at the same time, if you have shoulder issues, is as you're doing this, you can rotate this shoulder. You can go in both directions to help loosen up the shoulders, chest, hips, and back all at the same time. The last back stretch we're gonna do is you're gonna lay on your stomach with your feet out behind you, and you're just gonna push yourself up to stretch out your lower back. A lot of times if you have a slip disc and you do this, over time it'll actually correct the issue. So you don't actually have to have surgery. Now this may get to a point where it becomes painful, so you just kind of stop, hang out right there. Eventually you'll get a little bit higher. Another thing we can do for the back, and this works really good if you have some knots or soreness from a previous workout, is we can take that mobility peanut. Now the way this is designed is for your spine to fit in the middle, so each side can hit the muscles on the sides of your spine. You don't ever want to actually go over your spine. So you can lay on the floor and do this. You can lean up against a wall. What I'll do is I'll actually sit on the couch in the morning before my workout while I'm watching the news, and I'll just set this behind me on the couch. I'll start up at my shoulders. I'll lean forward and let it slide down a little bit. Work around my shoulder blades to loosen that area up. Let it slide down a little bit, hit the mid back, all the way down to the lower back. This works great for that. Now between the two self-assessment fixed videos for the upper and lower body and this 3-part mini series addressing issues you found during your warm-up, you should have plenty of tools in your toolbox to get yourself right so you can hit your workout hard. I hope you enjoyed this mini series. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Until next time, this is Coach Jason coming to you live inside the rack.